It's funny, so many modern day AAA games are built from the ground up to keep player engagement as high as possible. Designed to stretch playtime, keep you hooked, keep you grinding. And yet, for me, most of the time, I just get bored of them so fast, I don't even finish them once. And yet, Streets of Rage 4 is a game I keep coming back to. Even though it just takes 90 minutes to beat, it's a game I can't put down. The gameplay, the music, the art style. I love everything about the fourth entry in the Streets of Rage franchise. I could boot it up for the 100th time and be smiling right up until those end credits roll. You know what's funny, when the game was first announced, I'll admit I was hyped, but I was also a little bit nervous. I kept asking myself, could we really get a follow-up to one of the greatest beat-em-up franchises of all time, all these years later? But thankfully, we did. We really did. And it was such a treat to once again play as some of my favorite characters. Axel Stone, Blaze Fielding, Adam Hunter, and of course, my main man, Max Thunder.
I will break you.
But Streets of Rage 4 is not the only blast from the past, because just last year we had a game come out that made me feel like a kid again. While Streets of Rage 4 was my favorite game of 2020, Marvel Cosmic Invasion was my personal game of the year of 2025. This game just didn't meet my expectations, it obliterated them. I mean, if you grew up in the late 80s or early 90s, how could you not love this? Not only is it a perfect throwback to incredible Marvel cartoons like Spider-Man, it also paid a loving tribute to the classic Marvel beat-em-ups you'd find in your local arcade. I'm talking about awesome cabinets like
X-Men.
It is just so cool to be excited for a modern day video game, and when it finally comes out, it delivers on that hype. And it wasn't just a nostalgia trip. It had a wide variety of stages. The roster, massive. 15 characters, each with their own play style. In so many ways, this is one of the best modern day beat 'em ups. The gameplay is perfectly balanced. It's easy to pick up, but has that high skill ceiling hardcore players love. I could throw it on story mode, kick back on the couch, and enjoy some couch co-op with my wife. Or put it on arcade mode, crank it on hard, and get that old school retro challenge that makes your heart pound. So whether you're a casual or hardcore gamer, the bottom line is simple. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is just fun. And honestly, why am I even surprised? Because it's from the same developers that brought us the wonderful Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in the half shell.
Shredder's Revenge was like stepping into a time machine. It was a love letter to Turtles in Time, the Manhattan Project, and even the original arcade cabinets. The perfect throwback to our favorite heroes in a half shell. But it hasn't just been all about callbacks to our childhood favorites. There are plenty of new, modern beat 'em ups that keep that old school arcade spirit alive. And one of my favorites is Fightin' Rage. Right from the title screen, it's an all-out assault on your senses. Neon colors, aggressive pixel art, a soundtrack that hits you like a freight train. The visual effects are just incredible. Effects like fire, lightning, and raindrops really bring life to this 2D screen. The character sprites and animations are seamless, whether you're in action or at a standstill. I mean, the color palette just speaks for itself. But where Fightin' Rage really separates itself is the combat. It is just so deep. Between the combo system, the throws, the positioning, and the enemy interactions, there's just so much going on under the hood. It is so good, guys. It's one of those games where the more time you put into it, the more it opens up. because this is absolutely not one of those beat 'em ups you could just button mash your way through. It demands precision, it demands awareness, but when everything starts to click, it feels incredibly rewarding. And on top of all of that, the game has branching paths, offering different encounters and different endings. Fight and Rage is truly a hidden gem, packed with content and an old school challenge, and some unbelievably strong assets. But Fire and Rage isn't the only top tier risque modern day beat 'em up on the market. Dragon's Crown Pro is one of those games that just instantly stops you in your tracks. Those beautiful, hand-drawn, hand-painted 2D illustrations. It just gives it such a completely unique look, even in a genre packed with strong visual styles. But it's not just about the art. Between the randomized loot, the skill trees, the RPG style progression, and that medieval setting, this one is truly a unique gem of a game. If you're looking for a beat 'em up that mixes classic brawling action with deeper systems, Dragon's Crown is a perfect game to pop in and get lost in. However, it's not the only way to mix things up in this genre, because you gotta check out that incredible indie scene.
Do you want to fight?
Final Vendetta, The Takeover, Fallen City Brawl. Every time I turn around, there's another indie studio dropping a retro style beat 'em up, built with pure passion and a deep love for the classics. Now, are these games perfect? No, they're not. But honestly, they don't need a beat. They're fun, they're scrappy. And sometimes it's just refreshing to mix things up and jump into a project that clearly exists because the developers love this genre as much as we do. And speaking of loving our beat 'em up roots, how insane is it that one of the grandfathers of the genre is still alive and kicking? Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons is an excellent modern day beat 'em up, mixing classic brawling action with roguelike elements. Between the stage selection and the modifiers, this game has a ton of replay value, and yet somehow the game keeps getting better and better. The developers just keep adding more and more free updates to the game. New game modes, check. New characters, check. Adding content to a game that was already 100% completed at launch, that is free and fun? Man, I wish more and more developers in the AAA space would take a look at this one and see how it's done.
Watch how it's done.
But Rise of the Dragons isn't the only modern Double Dragon game we've gotten.
Marion? Oh man, not this again.
You guys thought I was gonna talk about Revive, didn't you? But no, I'm talking about Double Dragon Neon, a game that's 13 years old, that I'm basically calling modern, just to make you feel as ancient as I do. But also because the game's fantastic. I love how unapologetically 80s it is. The art style, the humor, the attitude. Not to mention the amazing main villain, who's basically Skeletor.
I'm your worst nightmare! Skullmageddon! How about you?
It's just so cool that a genre that I grew up loving is alive and kicking, and now as an adult, I'm still getting great 2D, old school, retro beat 'em ups coming out left and right. In fact, my backlog always has something waiting for me to tackle next, like Absolum. With how cool it looks and how much hype it got, I've got a feeling I'm gonna love this one. But I would love to hear what you all think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. By the way, if you made it this far and did enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like, and if you are new, please consider subscribing. As for me, I got a ton of work to do, so I'm gonna get back to the grind and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.